Welcome back, everyone, to your lunch hour. Before we go ahead and get started, I want to take a moment to recognize our three head tables, our distinguished guests who have just gone ahead and gotten settled. You'll see their names on the screen. So if we could all just take a moment and give them a round of applause. Awesome. Well, welcome back. Did you all enjoy that moment of connection out in the lounge, on the terrace? Were you able to dive deeper into some of those topics you heard earlier today? I know I heard from some of you who said you're learning so much being in here today and that you're walking away with some new thoughts, ideas, and strategies. So how was that break for you all? Good? Uh-oh, we might have to practice our energy again. I know but I'll give you some time because that means we need some lunch. Okay, so here's how lunch is going to unfold today. We're going to begin with introductory remarks from Omar Pimentel, Space Policy and Strategy SME from Aria. Then the main course will be served. Now after that, we're going to return with another oceanside chat that I promise will be out of this world. It's about the future of energy and space exploration. So after that, dessert will follow, which will be back outside in the lounge again. And you all are certainly in for a treat. So now, without further delay, let's welcome Omar Pimentel to the stage.
Thank you, Tamika, for your kind introduction. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Omar Pimentel. I want to preface my remarks by saying that I am a contractor with the War Department, but today I'm here in my personal capacity. Nothing I say can be attributed to the department, and please just blame me for anything that I say today. Because today I'm really excited to give you all a quick history lesson on humility, and then talk about the future of the space industry and hopefully save your companies from the future. So by a quick show of hands, does anyone know what's on the screen right now? Good, because I didn't either until a couple of years ago when I was doing my master's degree at Stanford University. And this is probably my favorite history lesson from World War II on humility. This is a menu from the United States Senate lunchroom where 7 United States senators in March 1941 wrote on this menu with their pencils their predictions on when the United States would enter World War II. If you look at the date, 1941, that is the year that Pearl Harbor happens later at the end of that year. Of those 7 senators, 2 of them predicted that it'll be later this year. 1 of them predicted 1945. Another said maybe 61. And another senator said never. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have consistently seen examples of this in history where people with the right information, at least knowing at the time, thinking they had all the information, senators of the United States with infinite information and intelligence, and not only that, the authority in their hands. Article 1 of the Constitution gives Congress the ability to enter the United States into war abroad. Folks with the power and the knowledge were not able to predict when we were going to enter World War II. Now, we see this happen in technology quite frequently, even in our own lifetimes. We've seen times where it was said it was impossible to land on the moon. Oh, the internet is just a figment of our imagination. It's not going to change the world. Blockchain, AI, automobiles, airplanes, and even the smartphone are moments in history where we had critics and physicists and engineers from around the world consistently tell us, hey, that's never going to work. Hey, that's not going to change the world. And today, that lesson of humility is quite stark because of these examples on the screen, one of them stands out because one of them is still primarily driven by governments. The rest of them enjoy a huge amount of commercial-driven innovation and have changed the world because now they are the primary function of commercial industry. But what if I told you that one that stands out, the moon landing, is now changed? We have our own Pearl Harbor moment. We've seen our own Sputnik moment when SpaceX did this. The world changed in 2015 when SpaceX will prove to the world that it was not a dream to be able to reuse rockets. It was not a dream to be able to lower the launch cost and open the floodgates, open the door to industry from around the world to have access to outer space. Now, this is how we're going to save your industry and your companies, because you all need to understand this. Because folks across the Pacific, really do understand this. China understands this. We in the United States have successfully landed 2 reusable orbital class rockets, the Falcon 9 and Starship, who you saw before. China knows this is important, and they're developing 8. Keep in mind, these are real images. None of this is computer generated. There are actually 14 current active multi-billion-dollar programs in China to open their own door to space. Ladies and gentlemen, you live in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, who already has the doors open to space. And we're seeing examples already. We have companies that are already landed on the moon on their own. We had the first mission by a private company land on the lunar surface earlier this year. We've also had companies that are developing space stations of the future, companies that are producing biopharmaceuticals in Earth's orbit, and companies building the next generation spacesuits and robotic arms. Now, if this isn't enough to convince you, I need you to understand that there are technologies that seldom come, like the ones I showed you, that change the world. It is still your time to take your company and your country's future to your own hands and not react to it. Man, I bet everyone in this room wishes in 1990, 1991 that your company or your country had a coherent internet strategy. Before the internet came and surprised everybody, if you had a strategy beforehand, you'd have taken it by the neck. In 2016, when you had presidential candidates on stage talking about AI, ultimately not winning their own primary, you wish your company in 2016 began thinking about an AI strategy. So I'm telling you now, it's time that we don't think of space as a figment of imagination. It has been proven. It is going to create trillions of dollars, and it's going to be a significant double-digit piece of the United States economy in the very near future. Now, does your company, does your country have a space strategy? I really hope that in the near future, it's going to be silly to call any company a space company, because it is really silly for me to stand up on stage today and call any company an internet company or an AI company. You slap the label on it anywhere. So keep that in mind. Very happy to be here with everyone, and enjoy your lunch.